Oh, hello there. I didn't see you over there. I was just mending my fences. Oh man, I missed that skit. Early days of the internet. Welcome to Monsters and Memories. Thank you for watching the VOD. I have just pressed play, so that means people should start showing up. There's Nicodemus. Hello. Howdy, buddy. So I've grabbed latest. Yep, got latest. Maybe the server is down. Ooh. I'm so full of caffeine right now, and yet, as soon as I hit play, I started yawning. Shit. VitV2 said, yay, live Eminem was just watching the VOD guest interviews. Oh, cool, man. I'm glad you could appear here. Sarinth, Taldarian, Talit, Two Twirlies, Bago, hello. Uvavu, when was the last time you were here? I've got to see. I'll hit play one more time to see if I can get onto the server. Ollie, I think Ollie was just making some changes. Maybe Zillith as well. 4 to 5 months, honestly. Yeah, that's been a bit. Sure, there's some new stuff. If I can't get onto the server, I can just hop in the scene. Okay. Let's do that then. Man, I gotta be careful with these half-liter Mio Mios. How much caffeine is it here? 20 milligrams per 100. That's not a ton. So 5 times 20, 100 milligrams. What is that? That's like a coffee, right? Mio? Yeah, Mio, it's a German brand. It's a German company. They do juices without caffeine. They do a lot of guarana berry stuff. What is the other thing that the Germans like a lot? It's another one of those like caffeine type things. Yeah, they do beer. No, I wasn't thinking of beer. Mate, urban mate. I hadn't heard of that until I moved to Germany. Let's go to Night Harbor. We'll just look in the scene. Oh my god. It's disappeared. It's like it's been stolen by a comic book villain. Load the sub scenes. It's Thursday, guys. Can't believe the week is almost over again. Fortunately, it's Thursday, but that still leaves Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Still got some three solid work days. Especially if the weather's shitty. Hey, Aramisk. Dargith. Alright, I need to put a cap on that caffeine drink. I can feel it in me. Last night I streamed yesterday and I had to take my flannel off. I was actually getting so sweaty from caffeine. What's up, Zemus? Saren said, at least I can remote tomorrow to close the week, so that's positive. Yeah, I bet that does feel nice. Commuting, I do not miss it. I do not miss the commute. Oh, there's a potential bug that I can fix in Telekir, actually. While I'm thinking about it, it's on our list of stuff to get done before the playtest. So let me see if I can go take a look at it. Before I do that, I'm going to use this zone to get some notes about the thing that I'm looking for. So if I want to put a fishing volume in Telek here, there's some info here. Fishing volume script. Okay, fishing volume ID 1. Sweet. Hey, Life Water. Are all the fishing volumes volume 1? Order now. Get volumes 1 through 4. Playtest is coming. We're going to have a stress test on the 11th to make sure our technologies are working for the stress test in December, and then we'll be announcing the date on the December stress test in a bit. Okay, so fishing volume 1, which should be linked to database zone fishing volume ID 1, and essentially it's a volume ID as you saw in the script, and then kind of, oops, maybe spoilers. Cool. So let's go to Telek here and see if we can address that really quick. Don't save. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is the first time I've loaded in this scene since we upgraded. So got some shaders I need to compile. Again, you can't see it on your end because it's hidden over here in the corner. Right down there, it's telling me that it's compiling shaders. Oh, I thought it was going to be fancy and be able to make it through here. Fire the torpedo. Will fishing spots or volumes have like fishing animations down the road? Yeah, probably. You mean the active fishing or the fish that are in there? You might be able to see some fishes and then the active fishing. Growlron Gaming said, I'm working, so can't watch much. I want this game so hard. Well, thank you. I feel both thankful and also a little scared. Do the Ashira have nuclear capabilities with all those silo openings? They will never admit to it. I got your name right. Growlron Gaming? Blink FPS, thank you for the follow 1 hour ago if you're watching the VOD. Nostalgic, thank you for the follow 3 hours ago. And Lady Elhaim, thank you for the follow 20 hours ago if you're watching the VOD. Vumbra, thank you for the follow 21 hours ago. And this is like the 5th or 8th time you followed. So, thank you. Why scared? Because you want the game so hard. Cypher Deck, hello. I'm doing all right. Probably overly caffeinated myself again tonight. Oh man, I'm glad I had so much caffeine in me yesterday because I got done with the stream at like 11, which is usually past my bedtime. And then I hopped on a call with a former coworker from the US who's in the US, so different time zone. And so I stayed up till like, I didn't get to bed till like close to 1 this morning, which is not normal for me. I'm very old. I can't handle that. Nitroxis, thank you for the follow. I'm not that old. I might not be that old. I might not be that old in like years, but I am beat up. I am ruined. I have lived a life, that is for sure. I have definitely enjoyed living Cypher. Dayjock said, "What's up, Baloo?" That's not what Dayjock said. Dayjock said, "I don't necessarily want the game to be so hard like Dark Souls hard, but I do think MMOs today, the leveling experience is so fast and quick. You burn through their content way too fast. Leveling experience should be slower, so it feels rewarding. And MMOs used to be a time sink. You didn't even notice the grind. You were hanging out with your friends. You're making new friends. You're maybe watching a cooking channel on the monitor next to you, or Kitchen Nightmares, or what was the competition one where they brought out tonight's secret ingredient is octopus fingers? Iron Chef. Watching the Iron Chef. Was that me? Or was it just during raids? Yeah, I'm lying. I didn't even have a second monitor doing all of that. Growlron, I actually had a tiny CRT TV. My ex and I, when I was first playing EQ and we moved to San Diego and we were working at Sony, my ex and I had like one of those banquet tables. We had one clunky monitor, her clunky monitor, a little CRT TV in the middle, and we were just watching like TV constantly. I am the worst group mate ever because I'm never paying attention. Grown said, "When I say I want this game so hard, I don't mean I want it to be difficult. No, that's why I was like, that's why I was worried. I know you're not talking about difficulty. You're talking about hardness, which is inappropriate. Just coming in a room talking about, you know what you're talking about." Hey Robert, what's going on, buddy? Just sitting here pretending to work and listening to your music, my man. Ratman guards and rock golems. Is that the new name for a game, or is that what you're doing right now? Yeah, the response has been great. For those of you that weren't here yesterday, I just wanted to give you a heads up. We currently have a feature on the MMORPG subreddit. So we have a developer spotlight, and it's been going really well for us. So it's Thursday, and that's pretty cool. We got 328 upvotes. That's super cool. Really good upvote rate. Really grateful for all of you that have been checking it out. If you don't go to the MMORPG subreddit or Reddit in general, I get it. I don't blame you. But if you want to check it out, you can click that link. You can find us. We're pinned at the top there, or you can just click on the really cool looking little side banner thing, right? Like this dude over here. Rawr. That's pretty cool. And then you can give us an upvote, And you can check out some of the comments. There's some good questions that we've been answering and stuff like that. Tonight's secret ingredient, eel farts. Old Saturday Night Live bit. I did not. I don't know that I was watching Saturday Night Live during that period. Why has no one thought about a Planet of the Apes MMO? Oh, interesting. I don't know. Monsters and Mopeds. That will be our racing game. Vit V2 said my wife and I would watch. That means it was just kind of running in the background. Seinfeld reruns while playing EQ because I played them in the evenings. My ex and I would as well because we worked at Sony Online, and one year for Christmas, after we got bought by Sony Pictures, we just got like a stack of Seinfeld DVDs because they would always just give us their extra DVDs as Christmas presents. I need to work on my posture. Why am I leaning towards the mic? The mic should lean towards me. Upvote manipulation warning issued. Am I not allowed to ask people if they like the game to upvote? Turn up. I don't know how Reddit works. I really don't. I really don't. So let me know if I'm violating any laws. Oh, you're joking? Okay. I'm bad at understanding jokes. Does not compute. Okay, we got water volumes. Where is that water volume? Numbly fan said, all I know is Reddit mods have a bad reputation. You know what, man? Sometimes reputations are earned. Sometimes the internet's just picking on fools. I don't trust. Don't give a damn about my bad reputation. Oh, okay. So this volume, it's got a fishing volume, tight. That one's got a fishing volume, tight. Though these are, at some point we should probably move this, the way this works, to just be in the database. So that, because right now if I modify this script, then I gotta save the scene, etc. Hey, McNarf. GJ Turvit. I'm so blind I can barely read the screen. I've got to crank to like 120 on my other monitor just so I can read it when I look over. I'm so blind. Said, I found your game on the MMORPG subreddit, and it has really piqued my interest. We'll be following your progress from now on. Looking forward to it. Well, welcome. Thank you for being here. We got a very friendly community, so if you haven't checked out our Discord, you should. We got a lot of people lurking in there these days, but we've been very fortunate. Mainly, I think because, well, we still got a relatively, we got a small community in the grand scheme of the internet. But we've been fortunate to get some really cool people, and they've helped keep the community chill. And then if people aren't cool, we don't play no shit. So we just we'll handle it. So that when you guys go into Discord, everything feels nice. Two days in a row because I skipped on Tuesday. I bumped Tuesday to Wednesday. So that's why I'm here. Well, today's my normal day, DDJ. Hey, Hebrew Hammer. Gemini said Reddit mods are vary wildly depending on the subreddit. So for example, MMORPG subreddit, different vibe than whatever naked goblin subreddit the goblin hangs out on, apparently. Tetsui. Will there be murderous piranhas in the water below? Probably something like that eventually. We definitely need... We'll be getting more murderous stuff into the water over time. Also... Nitroxis, thank you for being my 4,801st follow on this wonderful channel. Another Robert song where he knocks out of the park. Simple, tasteful, inspiring. Absolutely. All right, so we're good. We've got volumes in here. What we can do later is we can switch these up a little bit. They're all number 1 right now. Yeah, they all have fishing volume ID 1 at the moment. In the future, we can distinguish them so they're like if you're fishing here, you may catch some different fish than if you're fishing here. In the secret pool here. So like there's like this secret pool here that for whatever reason you can't see at the moment. So there might be some weird fishes in here. Cool. All right. Oh man. We'll fix it. We'll fix that. Don't you worry about it. Mode reverts GM, yeah. At some point, does a fish fish us? A little bag lure on the side of the bang tied to a rope there. Oh, what's this? You grab it and you get yanked into the water. Hey, Mailist. Sounds like a baited question. Who lives in this little settlement at the moment? Mountain? This is a big ol' Ashira dungeon. This is a dungeon in which Ashira live primarily, but then over here we've got some goblins that are pestering them. Some pesky goblins. Let me see if I can get back in. Development server is here. Sorry, I'm reading something right now real quick. What are you guys talking about up here? Tetsui said, just want to say thank you. You've given this classic MMO fan a new hope, since unfortunately Pantheon is looking less likely to release. Sub to your newsletter and want to support you as best and reasonably as possible. Well, the best way to support us is just to, you know, hang out, be patient, be cool. It's funny looking at some of the details in this concept Goblin did. There's some really good details in here that I don't know if we're leveraging yet in the environment. But yeah, I mean, so that's the thing. A lot of folks learned about us recently as the stuff was blowing up with Pantheon, and I will say, you know, I'm speaking for myself on this, but you know, being somebody that's worked in MMOs pretty much my whole career, you know, with a couple of breaks interspersed, but what, it's been like 20 years. My thing is, it's rare that I'm not going to be rooting for other developers just because I know how damn hard it is to make these things. And I know that there are some like ups and downs, you know, and I it's one of those, it's been a challenging thing for me because like at the end of the day, we're working on our game. We appreciate our community. I never, you know, I know that you guys have been invested in other projects, not just like Pantheon, but other projects as well. And you've got different feelings, you know, about your investment. What I mean by investment isn't just like cash, but like personal investment. Like you've been waiting for these things, have been hoping and supporting and giving feedback and doing all the cool shit you do in our community, just another places. But so I know it's kind of it's a sticky one, right? Because I don't want you guys to be like, come in here and then you're like, hey, we were bummed on this, or hey, we found out about you because of stuff going on with Pantheon or whatever. I don't want to step on anybody's feelings or bum you out or whatever, but for the most part, when I read that stuff, because I read a lot of the comments on the YouTube videos and try to answer them. I see Discord and then we stream, and you know, so I see those comments, and on one hand, it's super flattering and really rad to get the positive messages of support. On the flip side, like, I know how challenging projects can be. Like, I worked on DC Universe Online for 5 years, and it was honestly one of the toughest, worst periods of my life. It was just a tough project, man. It was hard on us physically. It was just a hard project to like live through. And I still look back on that project as being like the source of kind of one of the worst periods of my life. Like, no bullshit, worst periods of my life. And so some projects are really challenging for folks. Some projects are, you know, inherently challenging just because of like the nature of the project or the timing or things that have happened and all that stuff. And so, the only people I really like, the only people you asked if there's former colleagues at VR, there are a couple, like, I didn't work closely with them, but I knew him, like Steve Clover. I remember seeing when he went over there, and I remember Steve from EQ, and he's like honestly is like one of the coolest, nicest people I met at at SOE. Like, he just seemed like a really genuinely nice guy. Like I said, I didn't interact with him a ton, but super smart, really nice, and it was cool to hear his interview when he got to VR. I think I don't know him well, but I know I worked with Michael Butler, who's over there, and then Chris Perkins I met through streaming and just from doing this, and he and I, talk whenever we've got time, like every 6 months, couple of months, whatever. And and dude, he to me, I didn't know him before I started streaming, and to me, he's just honestly, he's a super smart guy. He's extremely passionate, and I know he's putting a ton of himself into the project there. So, I don't know what to say other than when people come in here, I'm like, hey, I appreciate the support that you guys bring with you, but you'll find that it'll be a rare project where I'm going to say anything bad. There are some where I might look at them and be like, but with the VR guys, I just wish them the best, and I know that, it's obvious. I've got YouTube and I've got Discord, and I can see stuff. I know they're going through a challenging period at the moment, so I don't know. I don't want that to sound like political or whatever, just trying to, bullshit you guys or whatever. I'm just trying to find the best way to politely state it. I bought, because I knew a lot of people in Austin that went over to whatchamacallit, the Star Citizen company. I forget their name at this point. So I knew some people that I had worked with in Austin that had gone over there. So I bought like one of those $40 fighters when the game first started doing the crowdfunding. Robert's Space Industries. Yeah, so, and I tried playing it, Cloud Imperium. That's what it was, Cloud Imperium. RSI I thought was like I thought that was like actually in their game. Yeah, mail is, game development is absolutely a very, very small world. MMO game development's a pretty small, it makes it even smaller. But like, if I didn't know anybody at a company and I had strong opinions, I probably wouldn't shy away from at least kind of giving you an inkling as to how I feel about stuff. And then if I knew people at the company and I didn't agree with whatever they're doing, then I'd probably still give like a bit of an inkling on like my thoughts on it. But for the most part, I think what I'd rather just do is focus on our approach. Just because we've been fortunate enough to just, I guess, be us. That's probably a stupid ass way to say it, but I think we'd be in a different situation if from the onset we had like had a Kickstarter or something, or like we just started with 4 of us screwing around and Ollie immediately hopping in and getting stuff working, and us kicking around ideas and getting implementation going, and me working in Blender making art. That's just kind of throwaway stuff. There's no like master plan, or Will the elementalist pet emit light? It already does. I don't know how much light it will ultimately emit. We'll probably tweak and tune it so it's not OP light source. Speaking of, you recently looked at the talent list on the website. It's huge now. Yeah, we're sitting at like 19 people. And you gotta realize, like, we're able to do this the way that we've been doing it, just because the team's been volunteering their time. Like, as they have time, they volunteer. And, you know, that's... We just wouldn't be able to afford to do this otherwise. Can you transmog your pet into a sexy deep elf? No, you freak. Hey, Carzette. Zero, yeah. That whole unpredictable roamers and breaking and maintaining camps vibe is something that we're big fans of and have already been doing when we set stuff up. Hey, Poochie. Breaking Plane of Fear? Oof. Constantly EQ. That break is... That's actually inspiration for all sorts of areas you may run into. Why not have jungles with that vibe? You get off your boat, there's a nice jungle, you go to explore it while you're on an expedition, and have fun. Stuff like that. Banner asks, can an NPC guard be charmed in game? I'm assuming so. How long, to what degree of safety you may like be in, or I guess another way to say it is how likely it is that the charm may break and wreck you. All that stuff is stuff that Nick's working on and we'll be playing with. Let me see. Ollie was just saying something in Slack about the status of stuff. Okay, cool. You heard rumors that in the long run we may get some Belk Slab style slip and slidey zones. We were talking about even having that happen in Telekir when it rains. Those grassy sky bridges. But yeah, there'll definitely be slippy, slidey areas and stuff like that. Your 3-year-old daughter is watching you run around, and she said, uh-oh, he's lost. I am not lost, young lady. Also, I hope your three-year-old daughter can't hear what I'm saying because sometimes I say bad words. I'll make the universal earmuff gesture whenever I think a bad word's coming. Yeah, I mean, if I was in a group, I would for sure be getting them lost. Jasmine just came home and she heard that. She's grouped with me before. I've gotten her killed. Had to tell her that was more me when I was doing a play test. I think mom's almost home. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Mailist. I'll try to keep my language pretty clean for now. I am not lost. Name anywhere in the city you want to go, and I will take you there immediately. Hey, Lemmy Leans. No capsules. Yeah, it's been a while since we had capsules, buddy. So we have a bug right now. Otherwise, I had planned on doing a little bit of cleanup work and looking at some stuff. But we've got a bug right now that is breaking some stuff whenever I modify commands. The thing I'm modifying just stops working. Ooh, I can form a guild. 500 platinum pieces. This is highway robbery. This guild registrar ought to be in the middle of the desert next to the road, because this is highway robbery. Keep in mind, this is like pre-alpha, so these numbers may change. But it works. Lemmy says, I just found out that the term bug in computers comes from when they had large vacuum tube computers and actual bugs caused issues. Makes sense. God bless analog. 500, is this guy related to the shifty gnome? Probably cousins. Oh, I could see moths being attracted to the vacuum tubes. The vacuum tubes are beautiful. Tromos, did I say thank you for the follow 11 minutes ago? Sorry, I was probably rambling about some super critical nonsense that you didn't care about, and I've missed it. Sorry, I'm reading about bugs in our Slack. In old Asimov sci-fi, he thinks computers will only get bigger and stay analog, so eventually vacuum computers are the size of galaxies. He may not be wrong. We may just, you know, everything old is new again. We may get there. I'm super interested in like hyper analog systems. I think analog's the way to go. Mainly just because it's cool. Analog and EMP proof. Bongs, thank you for the follow. Artura TV, thank you for the follow as well. Hey, Zukin. You know what? I think I'm gonna, do I have, oh, I can just give myself that much money, right? It's been a while since I did this. $500. Boom. Oh, I'm so overweight. I'm so encumbered by all this money I gave myself. Guild name Halfling Feet Picks. You guys are so dirty. Yeah, I had too many cookies. I had too much cookie soup. I don't really even eat cookies. I like to fill cups full of cookies and then pour milk on them and turn them into soup. McAaron. Yeah. I'm so fat. Fat with gold. Jasmine didn't remember the Goldfinger thing. What is it? From that stupid movie. Austin Powers. So I had to show her the other day. Gold member. Yeah, first, exactly. I love a gold. Alright. You cannot create a guild when you are a member of one? What guild am I in? What guild? Oh, I'm in Niche World's Cult. Damn it. I might quit that guild. I heard they were lame. I'm destroying all this platinum because I don't even need it anymore. Stupid guild registrar. Can humans turn in bone chips in High Elf City in Classic EQ? Oh, good question. Do you have the faction? The correct faction for that one? Oh, by the way, hi John. I saw you come in and I didn't say hi yet. There is a bone chip quest in Felwith. Cleric Guild? No, Paladin Guild? It's around and... Because that when they turned the Kaladin bone chip quest off in on PQ, everybody was going to Felwith. Probably has to do with deity if you had to guess. Yeah, I think so as well. So I'm afraid to modify any of these guys and break them. You know what? Let's... Thank you, Fenor. Yeah, first, I'm excited for us to get into setting up the religion stuff. Because, I mean, we can make it... I think we can make it even more important in a number of the things that we do because of the fact that you can change your religion over time. It was always weird to you that you could be agnostic in EQ? Why is that, Baloo? Mailist, yep. We do have plans for religions and deities in M&M. We want to go heavy on like the deity variety. And and tie that into content in different ways. On one hand, I see what you're saying, Gwath, in terms of like permanent choices are helpful. I think with something like religion, though, especially given how much fun it is to screw with factions and get a frog in your throat and... You know what I mean? So you can put in the effort. And then I think also the fact that we can put in more gods and stuff over time, and maybe when you discover certain things, you may discover a whole new pantheon. You may find that there's like the vibe to me is wouldn't it be cool to have, and it's going to take a little while because again we just upgraded, so let that compile shaders and then we'll get into the zone soon. And so that kind of like Forgotten Realms, that vibe of new modules come out or new source books come out and then new gods come with it, and that was always so interesting, like seeing some of the new gods that arrive on the scene, or the evolution of certain gods. All that stuff just seemed really, really cool in tabletop, and so it was something that would be a shame to not be able to have in a game like this. Sorry, Ollie discovered something. So we ran into a bug before the... we ran into a bug earlier. And it's so dark right now. Time set 6 a.m. Ran into a bug earlier, and essentially whenever... We've got stuff that they're executing commands, right? Like, so this jackal and this bat are part of a big volume, and they're executing their wander, basically, right? They're doing a wander in volume. And that's great. But Stab, one of our new designers, was adding some new NPCs, and they weren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. Looked at the way he had them set up, and they looked fine. Is this snake flying? We've got a few flying mob issues that have popped up recently. He's a Skywinder. Flying and kicking, what? It's what snakes do. I thought you were about to say, what can't they do? So and this one's just straight up invisible. Okay. So anyway, so we were trying to debug it, and it looks like Ollie has discovered why new commands aren't loading, but old ones are. Harpoon Rattler. Got some invisible mobs. Per your earlier question, Malus, you're asking what are my favorite gods? In here, in real life. Eminem. Okay. You know what? Since you can already discover this quirky god, if you run around the city, you can discover it. Yep, exactly. I was gonna go with Porbor, because he's probably not gonna change any. So, one of my favorite gods so far is Porbor, because Porbor is the god of pots. Hey, Hashpipe. So, you know, we'll cover all the usual stuff. Storm gods and gods of slaughter and gods of undeath, and war, and all the usual themes will be covered. But then there will be some quirky gods. As in the pot you cook in, aka sustenance. As in the pot you cook in. Yeah. If you've ever had an empty pot. Okay, these guys are in here. If you've ever had an empty pot and found a way to fill it, then maybe you're thinking of Porbor. Need a pot to piss in? Porbor. Find the pot with something interesting in it. Maybe it's full of gold. Pot with cookies in it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got a big list. We've got a big list of gods. Some of them are a bit more fleshed out than others. It's definitely an area where we've got to spend a lot more time. Is it not an insult to Porbor if you piss in a pot? No, not at all. If it's cold outside and it's warm inside and you don't want to leave your room and you piss in a pot, Porbor completely understands. Think of the relief. And think of the relief of emptying your bladder, and then also the fact that you're appreciative that you did not have to go outside. Because the pot made itself useful. Exactly. See you, Aramisk. The god of pots was too much. It scared Aramisk away. Do Porbor priests wear pots on their head? No, but they're into pottery. Reaction, thank you for the follow. Hey, Miklos. What about when Kevin spilled his pot of chili in the office? Sacrilege? Don't think of it that way. What happened after Kevin spilled his pot of chili? Did something ensue? Nothing but wasted chili, I suppose. Yeah. Hmm. So yeah, you see like how this guy's walking around right now? If I were to go in and modify him at the moment, then he would stop working. Mail list, I don't think it's an issue with the server being out of sync. I think the problem is happening somewhere between the manipulation of the data and the, I don't know if that's true. Let me look at something really quick. I'm talking out of my ass. Oh, sorry about that, young lady, if you're out there. She's grabbing juice with mom. Okay, good. Earmuffs. Rudy, we do not at the moment, but absolutely appreciate the inquiry. What do you guys feel about if there's a god in game and an event happens and the god's just killed off? And people are following the god. Your character may be following the god. Permanently? Sometimes. Maybe. All their clerics become powerless vagabonds. Ooh, that'd be cool. Oh, that'd be so great. Your faith is shaken. Oh my goodness. Your faith is shaken. You no longer have any abilities until you faction up with a new god. What if it's then said if it's a permanent new player experience may suffer? Maybe what if it's not one of the gods that you can pick when you're a new player? Because one of the cool things about having gods be more faction-like is that we can also introduce gods that you discover. You could discover a cult. There's a lot of cults operating around here. We run into cultists and stuff. You'll probably, even if you explore enough during the playtest, you'll probably even be killed by some cultists in different places. Let me click over here for a second. Sorry, Ollie's trying to help me understand what's going on with this tooling issue. And I need to also ask my wife one question since she just got back. Yeah, sorry about that. Wife just let her employers know that she's going to be moving to a new place, and so she's a big old softie, sentimental. She was sad to have to let him know. I would have come in with a table flip. I'm out of here. Okay, so let me check what Ollie was just saying. No, we're not moving. She's moving to a different clinic here in town. Rudy, thank you for the follow. Let's see. Ali said, data looks fine. It seems if we don't have a command ID 0, it just gets stuck. So, but all of these should have a command 0. No. Let's see. So, got that going on. Let's load the data. Spawn editor. Sungreet. Enable zone spawns. Matic asked, Robot in Eminem, is there a concept of a greater god over all others, like Tolkien's works you have? I'm not going to pronounce it correctly ever. Also known as the One. All others would come after them. So far, it caps at we have some major gods, but there's not like a single only god in our, like, overall gods in our lore. At least for the time being. Who knows, when we start to explore religion in greater detail, we may make some changes. Inevitably, we'll make some changes, but for the time being, there isn't like one master god of all gods. Absolutely not, Zemus. Hey, Kenji. What's been going on? Alright, so if I'm looking at this, I look at my dudes. Oh, man. Creepy crocodiles. Watch where you go swimming. Ollie said, I ... found ... the issue. Okay, well then I don't have to explore this much further. Bilbo, don't worry about that. We'll be very creative. Got a headache, but you're fine. Oh man, I'm sorry you got a headache. Thank you, Fanar. Bumtil Helmer. Moin moin. Have you just been checking the VODs before? That's very cool of you. Appreciate that people actually watch the VODs. That's super awesome. Will we be able to get a name change if we really want to? I think we as a team need to discuss how we want to approach name changes. personally, I'm kind of the of the mind that if there are to be name changes, then we should keep a public ledger of names and how they've changed. So that you can't escape your reputation. I was wondering if that was going to be the issue. Interesting. So Ali thinks it's because we are only loading 1,024 records into Night Harbor. And Night Harbor is so huge at this point that would definitely have an impact. Okay, so if that's the case, then I should be able to modify this guy and not have the problems that we're having in Night Harbor. I didn't even think to try it in a different zone. So let me do that really fast. There's some changes I need to make here anyway, so let's do that and see. Dude, I love seeing the crocodiles swimming under here. Except they're doing their walk animation. There's actually a really awesome swim animation for them. They're just not using it yet. They've got like a perfect creepy swim. All right, so let's... What the hell is this guy doing? Why are you facing the wrong way, stupid? Come on, farmer. Face the correct way. Save. So let's have... We'll move that here. And we'll give it a custom facing. So here, custom facing, pointing at that guy. How will characters be named? First name only, get surname later. Yeah, this seemed like a fun perk to get later, right? It's nice to earn things. He's on a break. Nicodemus, I think he's just being a goof. Being a dummy. ODE562 says, but will the game have a weekly newspaper that lists accomplishments and failures of players? Have your portrait on the front page as failing, succeeding at defeating rare creatures, and a roaming paperboy. If you stick around long enough, and we're looking for new features to add to the live game after a while, and you remind us, then we might do that. Or something along those lines. What is that crocodile doing in here? I don't even... he's looking for a sandwich. Let's... It's so funny. I noticed this earlier. I typed into this box and it got so laggy. Are these guys crocodile farmers? That'd be interesting. So what is this, 5? Let's put it here. Okay, now let's hit save. Yeah, hold on one second. I'm gonna mute myself here. Whenever Jasmine gets the dog's frozen food out of the freezer, that freezer's so loud. All right, so this is ID 59. Nice. Trinity said, think it would be fun to add titles like Mr., Ms., Mrs., maybe eventually earn something cool like Sir or Honorable or something. To clarify, titles in addition to first and last names is something to earn. Yeah, I've got the feeling that's something that'll probably pop up. Sabicus says, that sounds a bit like the era of the first EQ progression servers, Combine and Sleeper. EQ website had a page that tracked a player's progression on the server, showing which guilds got first kills of certain named, and who completed certain key quests. Wish Sony and Daybreak had continued something like this with later progression servers. Hold on one sec, I'm gonna mute you. Cool. All right, so it looks like it's saved here. Perfect. Let's reload the zone. See if he does it. And let me check Slack to see if Ollie's had any new revelations. Ollie said, just solved the commands issue as well, but it requires builds to work, so it won't push till tomorrow. Tomorrow. And Stab asks, does that mean we can keep working on stuff and it won't break anything or disappear? Yep. Yep, the data will be there and then it'll work tomorrow. That's awesome. Man, I'm sleeping today. I stayed up way too late last night. Hanging out with you guys and then taking care of some business. Since we are now at the hour and 20 minute mark and DC Raid Boss just came in, so that means other people have probably come in recently as well. Those of you that weren't here yesterday, check it out. We are currently featured. Zukin just said, stayed up super late, but I finally got my Mana Stone on Quarm. Oh my god, I need to get in and play. I need to get in and play so bad. I gotta get some playing in. So we are being featured right now on the MMORPG subreddit, Developer Spotlight. And so if you go there, I'll fire the link off here again. No. Cool. There's a link to it. So you can see here, you can click on it. And then that will take you over to our we put together this cool little spotlight with some nice gifts and stuff like that. If you like it, then feel free to give us a little upvote. We're currently well on our way to being one of the most upvoted Spotlight games. We're at 335 right now. The response has been super positive. Like, people have been really, really cool. So we really appreciate the support. Server is down. All right. Well. Why is that? What's going on? Yeah, that poor guy, John. Someone was like, subscription model. Dead game. Dead game. No one wants the subscription model. Do you guys agree with that? No sub? Would you prefer free to play? Yeah, see, that's I think the general sentiment within our community. Folks seem to prefer a subscription model. Since the server is down at the moment, and I'm giving you links to Discord and links to the subreddit, we are currently at 2,996 subscribers on YouTube. That means if only 4 of you subscribed, doesn't cost you anything, then we would be at 3,000 subscribers. I'm just in here shilling tonight. John said, remember in EQ when servers were down, people would just sit in a chat room waiting. Someone yells servers up, room would empty for a second. People come back all angry. Dude, it was monitoring that server, that server select like chat or whatever it was hilarious. It was just like... Boom! 3004. You guys are awesome. Thank you for that. That's super cool of you. Until GM yells hell Satan in it. Did you watch that interview with Jeremy? So those of you that don't know, I did a bunch of interviews with former EQ designers and GMs and folks. Jeremy Ellis was the one that like... message like the whole chat. He was a GM and he messaged the whole chat. It was like, hail Satan, worship Satan, or something like that. And a bunch of people at the company did not find that entertaining, unfortunately for Jeremy. Is the intent to bring Eminem to production? DC Raid Boss asked. Yep. Our goal is to create a commercial product and get it into y'all's hands as quickly as we can, while also providing you with a solid product and service. But yeah, we're all here with the goal of making a actual commercial product. That's why we've trademarked the name and formalized the company a while back and all that stuff. "45-year-old now. Will I be alive assuming natural causes when the game actually comes out?" I'm 49 in March, so Northern Sky sure as hell hope so. I haven't caught all the comments about the subscription thing that you guys are saying, but I just see Bilbo says here, "Try before you buy is practically a deal maker for me. If I have to pony up for a month before I even know if I like it, I'm less likely to give it a shot. If the game is good enough to hook me in a weekend, a free couple of days, it will nearly always get me to buy." So we've got public playtest coming up in December, and this is, I mean, we're doing public playtests even while we're this early. We know it's very early in development, but we're still willing to let you folks in, right? So I think there are going to be plenty of opportunities for you to like get a little taste, little sample. And then we're just going to ask you to pony up for a sub if you want to play. And if you can't do that for us, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. That this is switched in the background. Damn it, YouTube, you betrayed me. We'll see if YouTube yells at me for playing some random jazz music. Thank you for the 3,000 subs on YouTube. Oh, man. Oh, you know what? That's probably what happened. The reason why this guy was facing the wall was a crocodile probably came up and they got in a fight, and then he didn't reset. Monsters and jazz clubs? What about mobsters and memories? Was enjoying it. Robert could do a jazz theme for a nightclub. Seems reasonable. Seems like a reasonable ask. Robert, if you're out there, we need some jazz inspired something. Farmer warp punching the gators away. Yeah, that was his secret move. It's like a Superman punch, only different. One punch farmer. Hebrew Hammer said, I think the full group I played with for the playtest is available for the upcoming stress test. I took the day off work. BS, it should have been a holiday anyways. That's awesome, man. That's very cool to hear. I'm amped that you've got like a little static group set up for it. Picture an article of the party hiding under the bridge looks amazing. Yeah, hiding from the kobolds. It's super cool. Thanks, Borlock. Is this guy not actually honoring his facing? Let's see when he comes back out if he faces properly again. Tetsui, no, that makes 100% sense. I could see that being an inspiration. He's facing the wrong way. Interesting. Now what happens if we turn this facing around? Oops, sorry. Turn this facing around. That is 5, right? Yeah, that's 5. Alright, so we'll do this. Thank you, Borlock, for the congrats on that. Nara said, I hear beta is coming. Old EQ players keep talking about it where I lurk. Just want to say congrats. Dude, we are a ways off from beta. I think some people are getting a little excited, which is fine. I love the excitement, but we are a ways off from beta. It's just, we're having an open play test. We just want some people to come check some stuff out in December. We're gonna have a stress test before that just to make sure that stuff works well for them. We're still in development. Let them know where you lurk. Yeah, we're in pre-alpha. Do you want any other dev stream? Yeah, here. Check it out. Follow these guys. And there, I think that may have everybody. I mean, there have been some other streams. Arkansas streamed. Do pre-alpha, alpha, and beta terms for development stages really mean anything? Dargeth, it varies. It's one of those things that every company's kind of got a different vibe on it. But I would say the beta thing is the thing I'm most familiar with. Like beta is, hey, let's make sure we've got our shit together for release of whatever we're working on. So I've always, you know, I've participated in a lot of betas. I don't think I've participated in many alphas. This guy's just not facing the way he's supposed to be facing. So I need to write that up as a bug. So I've done betas. I really haven't done alphas, or I think the pre-alpha, the like pre-alpha stuff is kind of a, I've got the feeling that's just something that's evolved as part of either part of crowdfunding and or early access. Thanks, Borlak. Borlak said, you seem really committed to creating a huge Underdark. Almost half the races are... Three of the races start there, but we definitely want to do a lot with it. What is the size or goal size of the game in EQ terms? It's kind of hard to compare apples and oranges. Because like even this is just one zone, but it's essentially, it's at least two and a half zones in one. Our goal is to create enough content to allow for a compelling experience when we go live that will give you guys enough stuff to do that you'll want to stick around as we make the world bigger. We don't know what that size is going to be. And then the ultimate goal for the world, not necessarily at launch, but the ultimate goal for the world is to have enough, oh, there we go. Some placeholders to fix. Biome diversity and zone, you know what I mean? Like the different diversity in the zones and locations and themes and stuff, that it feels like a very big, fantastic, well-rounded world. I'm sure it's been answered before, but are there going to be open world houses? I always think large maps and then open world houses. You mean like spaces that players can own? I put air quotes in there because you'll never fully own it. You'll always rent it from us. But areas, spaces where you can have possession of housing in them, like being able to own the inn out here. Yeah, so yeah, we've got that on our list, and for the not too distant future, actually, to get that in and play with it. DC raid boss, that's okay. Not every feature appeals to every person. Dargith, I understand. Let me see how many of these farmers are actually being used. Okay. Is the music you're playing on your stream in-game music? It's really relaxing. It is. Check it out. You can find the playlist here. There's a bunch on there. Neris said he came up with some of the first housing break-in bugs in UO. You know what? You should swap war stories with Ali. He's a big fan of all that crazy exploiting in UO. All my homies, what's up? And also all my homies. What's the stance on doing early access? All my homies asks. Buy to play with subscription. I'm sure a vast majority of dedicated people will gladly do that. Or do you feel like it will fragment the player-based community? I mean, over time we want to do TLP servers, and so we'll have more servers coming up and stuff, just based on the lifespan of the game. The bigger question for us really is, I mean, the fragmentation question is a fair one. But I think the bigger question for us is just what is needed to retain players. Like once we go into early access, first of all, once you go into early access, now you've got a live game on your hand, right? And so then it's going to be all the work that we're doing now gets compounded because not only are we continuing to make progress, and not only are we continuing to like work on making stuff that's not out yet, then we've got to deal with making sure that the live service is top notch. So it's fixing pain points in the live service and bugs and all that stuff. So it's a pretty big commitment to go live, and to go live too early will basically wind up burning us out. Even if the community is having a good time and not blowing through all the content. You know what I mean? So it's finding that balance of, do we feel like we're ready because we think you'll get in and you'll have enough stuff to do and we'll be able to keep you around long enough to get the other stuff out and go into live operation mode. But then there's also the compounding factor of a lot of the heavy work happens once you go live. So Neris, I've worked on a live game before. I understand your pain, my friend. Tom Wells was in here yesterday and was asking and mentioned you because somebody was asking about Plane of Sky. Yep, Tom was in here. I'm really trying to get him to hop on. I don't know if he's in Discord. He was in here. I mean, he's in Discord like DMs, but I don't know if he's in our Discord. All my homies, Thrilled and Arinda, thank you for the follows. Yeah, Tom's super interesting cat. So, when will the next public test happen? Old school gamer, along your age, but it looks. Thanks. I'm gonna take that as a compliment. We're both young and virile. Totally not falling apart. Need to feed my urge to get back to games more similar to EQ. Yeah. People answered it. 11:11. No, wait. Is that it? I don't know that that's true. Wait, is that true? I think it is true. Yeah. Whatever it says in Discord, I believe, because I'm juggling a mind full of dates that I don't want to expose to you right now. So let me go to Discord instead of bringing that image up and showing you all of our dates. Almost did it. Yep, 11:11. Make a wish. Wish for a playtest? Perfect. We can make that happen. Hey, Jasmine. Yeah, Neris. He wound up doing some pretty cool stuff. He was saying yesterday that you were Siren the Lunatic. For those of you that can't take Neris's name and reverse it in EQ fashion. Spoiler alert. Bumtil Helmer said, "Are you anticipating scaling the team size and development scale significantly after proof of concept, or sustain where you're at?" Probably sustain. Look for certain efficiencies, and outsource certain things that we then, as a team, kind of assemble and manage the quality of, and just kind of truck along. We really don't want to become a big team. Tatua said, "Sorry if I missed your reply, but I love communal travel methods like airships, boats, etc., as opposed to mounts, which make the world traversal somewhat serious. Trivial. What are the plans?" We're gonna have both. So we'll have mounts and pack animals, but we'll also have, for longer journeys, a bit faster. We'll have we actually have a boat in. It just, you know how boats are. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't at the moment. So, hey, Glurky. What's a harder boss, the dragon that Zukin's making or the boat? The boat is pretty gnarly, as Nick can attest to. Let's see. Thrilled said, "So nice to see developing live. I was working on my own multiplayer RPG for like 5 years with Unity 2. However, being alone was way too cumbersome task since coding was not your thing." Yeah, it's nothing I would ever try to do alone either. It's a huge amount of work. Lesson learned is how ridiculously low priced games are compared to the immense effort that is being put into the game. There are a few other professions that get paid so little for a product that has so many hours put into it. It's hit or miss, right? There are definitely some opportunities for games to really take off. What task do you take on? Coding, modeling? Neither. My job is mainly just to hang out with you guys. And occasionally I'll do a little bit of design work. Back in the day, I was modeling environments. It's not my background. I've never done it before, but do what you gotta do. The first year. Yeah, I put in some wonderful capsules. I animated them, gave them little ball hands. As you can say, the robot did some kick-ass animations too. Yeah, they were feisty. Look at mobile games, minimum effort, ridiculous ROI. Sometimes there's decent effort. There's a shitload of money spent, or used to be there was a shitload of money spent on marketing. So it's more, rather than like just return on investments, like return on ad spend. Sean takes on the hardest, most difficult bugs. That's why it takes 1.5 hours to fix. Amazing testament to willpower. That's right. Created some weapons too. Oh yeah, Zukin said still using them. Yep. If I had known that one day that we sat in here and made weapons, that those weapons would still be used today, I would have probably spent a week making weapons. I was like, that shit's gonna get thrown away. I don't want to overinvest. Zukin, do you need me to sit down and crank out some more weapons for you guys? I'm a weapon master. Keith Shark Mob, thank you for the follow. Those weapons are literally all... So when you see weapons in here that were made from those weapons, there are no new verts added, there are no verts removed. All I did was grab the verts in Blender and just pull them around with absolute disregard. I could see how the texture was kind of mapping as I was stretching, but beyond that, absolute disregard to all the rules of making art. NPC. I don't believe in rules. I don't believe in reality. Nara said, so early EQ pre-release, we didn't do hardly any marketing because people were doing interviews for the game so much. That's what I'm here for. I'm marketing. I am marketing. Are there going to be race-specific weapons? I'm sure. I'm sure we'll do some race-specific weapons. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that there didn't need to be a lot of like EQ marketing just because, I mean, it was essentially a niche game, right? And people found out about it, they needed to find out about it, and then it just kind of word of mouth and blew up. Those commercials didn't help. Oh, the PlayStation EQ one, yeah. It's time to slay the dragon. It's time to slay the dragon. What you doing, Jasmine? How late are you staying up? Not much longer? Oh, man. So, guys, I'm coming up on the 2-hour mark of the stream. And I'll probably cut tonight a little bit short just because I'm going to catch up with Jasmine since it's been a big day for her. Big old stressful day. Do you know in EQ what was the first zone they created? First dungeon? Was it Kanos? I thought it was on that side. Maybe Neris knows. I think it's been mentioned in some of the interviews. If you guys haven't seen the interviews, you can check out the VODs. I did a bunch of VODs with folks from back in EQ. You can find them on YouTube there. It's like 60 hours worth of discussion. They had Kanos, but it wasn't Kanos. It was like Kanos, but not really Kanos. Sounds like Neris needs to be interrogated. We may have to do that one day. The interrogation of young Neris. NDA? I don't think any of us even really had NDAs back in the day in EQ land. When is the next stress test? The next stress test is on the 11th of this month. Hop in our Discord so you can stay informed. It's a stress test that's in preparation for our open play test in December. So let me check this real quick. Invite is invalid. It may be. I can fix that in a second if that's the case. Yeah, it appears to be doing some silly shit. No, it's not invalid. It's laggy, but it's not invalid. $2,100 people online at the moment, creeping up on 5,000 members. Keith Shark says, "Are you guys working on this full time?" Nope, we are all working on this as a part-time passion project for the last 3 years. But the team has found a considerable amount of time, despite that, to work on stuff. So don't get us wrong. Don't get me wrong on that. Okay, guys. Tell you what. As I just mentioned, let me check Slack, make sure I'm not missing anything important. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap up here. I'm going to say goodnight to everybody in the way that we tend to do. If you're new here and you're not in our Discord, please do hop into our Discord. Usually I stream for about an hour longer on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But like I said, I want to catch up with my wife since she's had a big day today. So you guys feel free to hop into Discord. If Neris is in there, you guys can continue to ask him questions there. Otherwise, I'll be around on Tuesday. Absolutely, family first. So that's important to us. So I tell you what. Thrilled, good night. To Twirl, good night. Normally fans, see you. Nicodemus, thanks for being here. I will pass that along, buddy. Thank you. DDJ7777777777. See you next time. All of you have a great weekend. Talet, you're very welcome. Thanks for being here. Bumtil, good night, my friend. Night, Roxas. Good night and have a good weekend. John, see you, buddy. Fabrizio, thanks for being here. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hebrew Hammer, you're very welcome. I'm glad you're excited for the stress test. A bunch of people are. All my homies are in Discord. See you there, homies. What was that? Is Zukin coming on? Yeah, Zukin's gonna be on later tonight. If you go into the Discord, look, there's a notifications. You can sign up for notifications when we're streaming. You'll see in our live stream channel when we're streaming. So check out Zukin doing some art. Goblin does some arts. Pattis does some art. So they're really fun to watch. Very chill streams. Very visual. Let's see. Night Zukin. Jintaki, thanks for being here. Antref, I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right. And then we put everything, we put everything, I'm a little slow sometimes, but we put everything up on YouTube if you missed anything. Again, if you have not checked out our feature on the MMORPG subreddit, open it in another tab, check it out. We put a lot of work into it. We're very proud of it. We're very, very proud of the response to it so far. If you don't mind, if you like what you see, give us an upvote there. It's been really cool. Our upvote ratio has been fantastic. It's super nice to see the support. And everybody, again, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. Robert, see you, buddy. Tannhauser, see you. McNarf, see you. Oh, Rimmerock, I'm so sorry. I'm out of here 1 hour early to go have some family time. Otherwise, I'd be here for you, but I will stay with you to full time on Tuesday if you show up. Okay. Let me get to my Streamlabs so I can click the button. Cool. All right. See you, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.